Thank you, members of the committee, for having the patience to go through all this. It's a lot of gut-wrenching stories, a lot of difficult decisions. This isn't easy for any side. But what I'd like to do is get into a little bit of the history of our country from the legal aspect. Some of you claim to be lawyers and know the law, and someone did state that under our Rhode Island laws, if there is no right to abortion, that's Article 1, Section 2, says nothing in this section shall be construed to grant or secure the right relating to abortion or the funding thereof, which I definitely not want my funds going towards that end. But also, the history of our country. This was a Christian state. It was founded by Christians, by Roger Williams. And the motto that Roger Williams put forth was hope in the divine. The city that we're in right now is called Providence. And what does that really mean? The protection and care of God as a spiritual power. So we should give credence to the founding of our state and the people who founded it and what they wanted. As a lawyer, you know that the law says that you have to file the intent of the person who wrote the law. This is how lawyers and judges get around following the law. It's called the laws of statutory construction. But instead, they put their own opinions in instead of following that of the people who wrote the law. And this is how we have such a convoluted system now, and how there's so many laws that don't even make any sense because they don't follow the Constitution. The preamble to our Constitution says, "We, the people of the state of Rhode Island and Providence Plantation, grateful to Almighty God for the civil and religious liberties He has so long permitted us to enjoy, and looking to Him for a blessing upon our endeavors, do secure and transmit the same unimpaired to succeeding generations." Well, how can we send that to succeeding generations when we're killing them? I heard a lot of people say, well, it was an unwanted pregnancy. I know a lot of people who would gladly adopt those children. There is no excuse for terminating a life. My daughter has had problems. One of her daughters, I convinced her to give the child to another family member who's now being raised and is fine. That same daughter has an 11-year-old who's autistic. She could not take care of it. Guess what? He lives with me now. So there's options besides killing these children. Yes, you may have to go through a little bit of stuff, but you can carry them to term, and there's plenty of people who will gladly adopt the children. Nobody has spoken about that. No one has said a word about that, but yet in this country there's people that pay $30,000 and $40,000 to have a kid brought in from another country. And we have our children, our own prosperity, being slaughtered because they think it's okay. Adopt them. Let someone else grow to some. There's so many people that would gladly raise these children. And our laws clearly state that we should protect life. This is for you legislators because I don't understand the law. I am a certified paralegal, but I still don't understand it. Johnny the drunk is driving down the street. He's going down by Planned Parenthood and he hits Sally in the car who was going in to have an abortion. He goes to jail for manslaughter. But if he wouldn't hit her and she went in the door and did the exact same thing, there's no crime. Can you explain that to me? It makes no sense. Either it's a life or it's not. It can't be both. But yet the laws say it's okay for one person to do something and the other person, it's a crime and it's murder. It doesn't make sense. Again, I have the pictures of this. I'm going to give this to all of you. This is a child in the womb being operated on. Okay? The baby reaches out and grabs the doctor's finger as the operation is occurring. The same child can be taken to Planned Parenthood and chopped up into pieces, and it's okay. It doesn't make sense. Is it a life or isn't it? If you check genetics, and I'll make one more analogy, say one of you is convicted or charged with a crime, and there's DNA evidence. Well, if I switch the DNA evidence from that aborted child to yours, when they come, the police come to arrest somebody, you're gonna go to jail because that DNA is only specific to that child and no other person. It's not the mother's DNA, it's not the father's DNA. So with all this science and all these brilliant people from all over, tell me, how do you say it's not when it's a specific DNA that matches nobody else? It's a creation that my mom was saying about God's creation. It's absolutely a person. You can't deny it scientifically, but yet you people want to look the other way. I just can't understand how you could do that. And one other thing I'd like to thank my mom personally for is she used to go to the clinic up there, the abortion clinic, all the time, carry the posters and everything. And there's what was her name, Lena, who was going to go in and have an abortion. And my mom was out there and she was praying. She said, God, is all this work that we're doing up here really worth it? Is anything happening? And then Lena walks by with that child in a stroller and says, there's the people who saved your life. All the people who want to support this, consider adoption. Consider all these lovely people who gladly take these children and raise them. There's no need to destroy a generation of people. It's criminal. Thank you.